something that you need, then baby, come and share my world. Share my world. If it's something that you want, come and take a walk with me. Walk with me, baby. Everything that you need, I got it right here, baby.
Let me tell you something. This crazy story that happened to me. I'm not gonna put a time on it or say like any context because I don't want you guys to figure out who I'm talking about or whatever. I hope you guys enjoy this crazy ass story, and yeah, let me tell you something. I do a lot of gym content, right? And so I decided that actually I did not decide. This guy hit me up so that we could do gym content together. I was like, yeah, sure, let's go, let's make gym content. So we get to doing gym content, and it was fine, like everything kind of went well, but it was kind of weird and I couldn't really sense why it was weird, and I was very confused. And then the gym content ended up being bad, so we were like, okay, let's just reschedule and redo it. So we reschedule, redo it. Again, everything's fine, like the gym content is contenting that time. So I was like, okay, period, like this is much better than the first time, so that's a good thing. What you have to understand is that I didn't know if this man wanted me. I didn't know where that man was like standing par rapport à moi, right? Because me in my head, I'm like, I'm here, we're doing gym content, that's it. But when you start like making small comments or hinting that like you might be into me, it's like, I'm not surprised, but at the same time, like, be fucking for real and make your intentions clear, because I'm out here trying to work. So, you know? So the gym content is fine, we're done, and Sir was in his work truck, and so he's like, okay, like we can go and get food. So, you know, free food, I'm not gonna say no to that. So we go and get food, everything's going well, and he says he wants to go pump gas and wash his car. So I'm like, okay, whatever, like do your thing, you know, like it's your car or your work car, like do your thing. So that's when it starts to get a little bit sick. Okay, so we get to like the dépanneur, whatever, and he pumps gas, still everything is fine, but then we get to where we have to go wash his car, so the car wash, right? And he had bought a ticket inside. That ticket wasn't working on the like bomb thing, you know, like the screen, for some reason. And so I was like, okay, like just buy another one, and then after go inside and try to get your ticket reimbursed, like, you know, whatever. And so that's what he decides to do. And then we go through like the washing car. He's like joking, he's like, haha, like I think like I'm gonna like, you know, go yell at her, haha. And I'm like, well, he goes inside to go ask the girl for reimbursement, and I'm here standing in the car like like everything's fine, right? I kid you not, I turn around to like look, because it's like low-key long at that point. I turn around, I look in the dépanneur, this man is yapping at the girl, he's yelling at her. Like, I could tell he was yelling at her, and I was inside the car. So it was a lot of like, and I was like, oh, monsieur, like you need to calm down. And then in that moment, I was like, should I like go inside or should I stay my ass here? And then I was like, you know what? Like, he's a grown man. He could deal with his shit. Like, that's not my issue that he's yelling at her. Come, you know? Tell me why the fucking police pulled up. Police pulls up. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's crazy to me. Like, we don't do that. We don't do that. Like, you know? And that's when it clicked in my head that like this aggressivity is what I sensed the first time we hung out, but it wasn't like, it didn't manifest itself in any other way than in the way he talked a little bit. So I didn't take it like, you know, I couldn't be like, oh my god, you're so aggressive when you talk. Like, I was just like, you know, I brushed it off and I was like, oh, like maybe I'm sensible, like, you know, I know myself, I'm a bit like that was very traumatizing. Like, the police fucking pulled up on us, like what the heck. And then they looked at his like past history or whatever, and literally the girl wanted to press charges. So if he had anything in his record, they would have left with him and left me in the his fucking work truck. Like, do you know how sick that is? Do not consider all these details when like a girl is hanging out with you, you don't even know her like that. You're not supposed to go out there and like yell at people and get yourself in trouble. Like, you're in a situation right now, you're not by yourself, you know what I'm saying? And even if you were by yourself, like, that's even riskier for you. I have details that I have to mention to you, which are not that much of details, but there's two other things that happen, right? So a bit beforehand, at the end of our gym session, the worst nightmare of any gym girl happened to me. Okay. Bruh, this man looks at me in the mirror and he says, oh, like, why won't I like tell you what I think you have to work on? And I'm like, that's a rough start, but I guess go ahead. This man has the nerve to tell me that I should stop benching because my titties are gonna shrink. And I'm like, sir, my titties have always been small, first of all. Second of all, you're a gym person. Who are you to tell me to like let go of like my goals and stuff? Because I really want to bench 45, okay? Like, that's one of my gym goals and I'm not letting that go. Like, I can bench 32.5 is my PR. Like, I can bench reps of 30. Like, sir, like, I'm getting there, and like, you're gonna come here and discourage me by telling me, like, I don't care about if I'm satisfying your vision of me or whatever. Like, if you think I have small titties, that's cool. I think I have small titties too, but like, oof, you know, that's heavy. Like, you don't tell me that. Don't ever tell a gym girl that. She will cancel you so fast. You don't tell a girl, especially a gym girl, to stop benching. That is my worst nightmare, and he just did that. So yeah, that was like the first red flag, right? Before all of the police shit happened. The police shit was like my last straw, because in my head I knew something else. But even if I didn't know that, the police shit would have been my last straw. Like, just any guy, like, if we're hanging out and police pulls up on you because and it's your fault, bruh, I'm out of here. Like, you're literally aggressive. I know that you're an aggressive person now. Like, I've seen it. If it was on her, if it was on a poor fucking 18 girl that was working at the dépanneur, like, it could have been me, you know, in that situation. And it's like, bruh, like, are you only respecting me because you're some type of attracted to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like men like that are very problematic. And yeah, I just saw all that aggressivity and I was like, that's not for me, hun. One thing you're not gonna do is yell at me like that. Ever. I won't let you get that chance. And so that was insane, bro. Final thing that happened. Nothing really happened because I knew already in my head. I saw a child on this man's page. And I just kind of brushed it off because it was very subtle. It was very like not so noticeable. I was like, maybe it's just like somebody's child, you know? But then I saw the child on his phone, the same child. The week before, when we first did the content, this man was talking about if one day I have kids, if what? Cause sir, you already have a kid. I looked, like after all of the police shit went down, I looked at him straight in the eyes. I told him my way of thinking about like what just went down, and I was like, bro, that's like crazy to me. And yeah, like it's making me think that you can be aggressive towards me too, and I don't want to be in that situation. So no, I need to run, bitch. And also, I looked at him straight in the eyes and I said, you have a kid. And this man was like, and I was like, yeah. And he was like, how you know? And I was like, bruh, it's not that hard. You just gotta do a little research, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3 in your head. That's all you need to do, honestly. So, and I was like, do you want to talk to me about the whole situation? About like, you know, like whatever, the whole thing. He didn't want to, you know, talk to me about it. And in my head, like, this might not be the reality of things, but honestly, it's a big probability. Like, I'm like, you just been aggressive to this fucking worker at the dépanneur for no reason. That could have been me, but that could also been the reason why you're not seeing your child and your baby mama. But I don't know. But yeah, anyways, so that's my crazy story time, okay? Like, I truly felt like I need to share this story because, guys, like, as soon as you see red flags, like, I've had really bad dates where I've been like, oh my god, I'm traumatized for other reasons, but this particularly, like, if a man is gonna be aggressive, if a man is gonna look like he could put his hands on you, you do not stay in that situation for half a second. You run. Like, you run. And I'm really like putting a lot of weight on my words because I think like too many people just brush it off and whatever, and like, bitch, like, no, like, you don't want him. Like, girls like would tell me like, oh my god, like, he's so fine, like, keep him, nah. And I was like, girl, you don't know why. You don't know what went down. You do not want him. I do not want him. We don't want him. So yeah, that was just one of my fun encounters with men, I guess. PSA for the ones that are still listening, I'm gonna be taking trips and going places very soon, which I'm really excited about. So stay tuned. Bye. Mwah.